Gratitude has a massive impact on our weight loss result. Now, everyone would be like, gratitude? What's that got to do with food and exercise, right? I know, totally left field, but hear me out. So when we experience gratitude, our brain releases serotonin and dopamine. Now, those two hormones regulate our emotions. How could hormones and emotions have something to do with weight loss? Well, a lot, actually. So a lot of the women that I work with are dealing with emotional eating, stress derailing their weight loss efforts, and just finding that when life gets hectic, when it gets in the way, falls off the wagon, they're not able to maintain it. This often happens because they have really high expectations about what they need to do in order to be successful. When they're feeling stressed, they feel like they can't maintain those expectations, and then as a result of it, they just quit on themselves altogether, or they think, well, I can't keep it at that level, so why would I possibly bother? So how does gratitude play a role in weight loss? First of all, it's going to stop you from stress eating. When you're in a mindful, grateful space, then you don't feel stressed, you don't feel overwhelmed, and that generally means that you feel like you're in control of your circumstances. Stress eating occurs when people feel out of control. It's more of a mindless act, and they're going after the carbs and the sugar, which gives them that rush of those endorphins, and then they feel good as a result of those foods. It's actually, there's a reason why they're called comfort foods, because they do actually make us feel better about ourselves. So when you're in a grateful state, you're removing yourself from that stress state, you're feeling better about the things that you're doing on a daily basis, more in control of your behavior, and then as a result of it, you're going to make more positive food choices. Being in a more grateful state is also going to help you make better food choices. At the end of the day, if you lay in your bed and you think about, okay, 3 things I've done well today, and one of them is I'm really glad that I prepped my breakfast instead of skipping it this morning, you're more likely to do that same act again tomorrow. You also start to reflect and think about, okay, what are the foods that make me feel my best? When do I feel most energetic and most vibrant after eating those foods? And you're going to make better food choices and prioritize doing food prep. Now, we all know it's not easy to look after ourselves, and it's even harder when we're being down on ourselves and we feel like we're not putting in enough effort and doing enough work. And that comes, as I said before, from those really high expectations. When you're in a grateful mindset and you're retraining your brain to notice the good that you're doing on a daily basis, you're going to be more likely to put in those acts the next day. This is sort of like a way of supporting yourself and saying, well done at the end of the day, you did a good job, let's keep moving forward and keep making positive changes. Now, we all know the role that sleep plays in weight loss. We don't sleep well when we feel agitated. It rolls onto our next day. We generally make poor food choices because we're mentally more depleted. Now, the way to slow the brain down and allow ourselves to sleep properly at night is actually by getting ourselves into a grateful state. So this is a fantastic practice to be doing right at the end of the day. This gives you an opportunity to reflect on where you're at and what you might need to improve or work on tomorrow. And then you're going to go to sleep, you're going to feel more rested, you're going to wake up the next day, and you're going to be ready to give it your all and to do it all again. Giving yourself credit for the work that you're doing is going to make you more productive. You're going to wake up in a better mental space. You're going to want to give more energy to looking after yourself and looking after and prioritizing your health and your family's health. And then as a result of that, that is going to change your habits and behaviors and your daily rituals that are rolling out from day to day. Being hard on yourself and thinking that you're not adequate or you're not doing enough has never worked in the past. So let's give that up and let's move over to a grateful state and start to acknowledge the work that we're doing. So for the next 30 days in the challenge, every day there's going to be a post that's going to go up. So I'm going to ask a question in that post, and then you get to write out what it is that you're grateful for. And the idea is that it's just training your brain to look for the things that you're doing well on a daily basis, and then you get to share it with a beautiful community of women in this Inspired Mama support group, and then get to know the other personalities that are in there as well. And what you will realize is that every single mum is working hard to change her circumstances, rowing her own boat and doing her absolute best. So I can't wait to see you be a part of the challenge. Jump in there, add your comment, do it as frequently as possible, aim for every single day. 30 days has a massive impact on rewiring your brain. If you can do it every day, that's awesome. If not, just do it occasionally when you're in the group, and I look forward to seeing your responses.